Hello, viewers and listeners. You are yet welcome to another edition of the program, Midday Vibe. Coming away on Calipet TV, transmitting on channel 141 on Star Times, and Calipet Radio, transmitting on 91.3 MHz. And as well as our website on www.calipetbroadcast.com. And the programs are coming to you live on Facebook at Calipet Radio and Television, and on YouTube at Calipet TV. In today's edition of the program, we are going to be looking at the increase in the price of commodities and how youth can cope with these challenges. Based on the fact that youth remain the backbone of the development of every community and every society, they are still the problem of every community and every society, because youthful age is an age bracket that is stormed with storm and stress, which, if not appropriately managed, may trigger into violence activities in the community. I remain Muktari Gwanga, your host for the day. And with me in the studio today, I'm honored to have Malam Kabiru Attahiru with me, who is going to be joining us in this conversation, who is a youth activist found in the metro city of Sokoto State. Malam Kabiru, you're welcome to the show.
Thank you very much, Malam Bakar.
All right, let's begin. Malam Kabiru. Now, we already know that youth have a strong position and a very vital role in the development of every community, but yet, if they are not well and appropriately managed, they are going to be a problem in the community. Recently, this week, the current week, we noticed an increase in the price of some commodities that youth are in constant relating with. For example, we can talk about the fuel, increase in fuel, which youth mostly use in their day-to-day activities to salvage and sustain their lives. And recently, the increase in the price of cement, which youth are mostly mingling with in building their house shelters and what have you. So now, for a start, let me start by, in your own view, what effect do this cost of commodities may have on the youth themselves?
Good. Before I start, or before I go deeper into the topic, I would like to explore some highlight about the real causes of the problem.
Okay.
As far as we know, Nigeria, there are some certain problems we are facing that is causing the issue of high inflation of commodities, as you are talking about.
Okay.
Some of the issues we have in Nigeria is, number one, we have Naira depreciation.
Okay, that's...
Yes, in exchange
rate.
Yes, rate, yeah. That is exactly one of the key issues that is causing the expansive and the high rise of commodities and goods in Nigeria.
Okay.
So whenever your Naira or your currency is weak, definitely the prices of goods and services will be high.
Okay.
And you know that Nigeria is mostly is a country that is rely heavily on importation. So
sure.
By the time you are using importation method to your country, you are definitely going to use dollar. So as soon as your currency is not appreciation against the dollar, definitely everything will be expensive.
Okay.
So someone might ask why the previous administrations or the previous years, the Naira is not that differentiated like this time.
As if now,
yes.
Seriously.
So the reason why is that previous administration has already realized that, look, we are using importation method in our country. So we are going to subsidize the Naira so that our people will go outside the country and get things in a cheaper rate. Yes, so that when we come to Nigeria, they are going to sell it in a cheaper rate. Yes. So we are used to that.
Okay.
And those things are cheaper at the previous administration, if you can remember.
Yeah, but I still remember that even this current administration, they are saying that they are depriving importation. You can remember it was just recently that they opened the border at the Kebbi and other states. Then why is it still like that?
The issue is that Nigeria or the present administration has already stopped subsidizing the Naira.
Okay, they stopped the subsidy.
So since they stopped subsidizing the Naira, therefore the Naira will be floated in the exchange rate itself. Yes. Therefore, the Naira is going to challenge the dollar. Okay. And how are we going to make the Naira to challenge the dollar when everything is imported? Yes. You know that we are not making any local production. Sure. Since you are not making production, how are you going to compete with the dollar?
You cannot.
So it is not possible.
Okay, so now,
that is one of the reasons or key points that makes the naira to be weak. And by the time it is weak, everything will be high. Yes.
Okay, so now let's come back to the effects of this cost of commodities.
Yes.
Specifically on youths, what effect does that have on youth?
So honestly speaking, it must have a lot of effect. You know that most of the youth we have, whenever you reach 18 years to 40 years, you must be thinking, how are you going to develop yourself in the future?
For sure.
So most of the youth wants to start by maybe, let's say, number one, they want to engage themselves so that they could be able to stand on themselves.
On their own.
Yeah, they can be able to feed themselves. They can be able to help their family and some of them. So the issue is that, number one, there is high prices, or let's say in living crisis, cost living crisis, if I say it right.
Yeah,
you know that we have the food issues.
Sure.
The food, rice, beans, gari, even bread, everything is high. Yes, in price. So you know that the local production we are having that makes the bread to be high is because we remove the subsidy from the fuel. And removing the subsidy from the fuel makes things to be very expensive. Yes, because the diesel now is expensive and we don't have good power supply to make our companies to be able to produce things without using diesel. Sure. And diesel is expensive, therefore whatever they are going to produce must be expensive.
It will replicate.
Yes, that is the issue now. So since we are having this issue, then let's look at our youth. Most of our youth are jobless now. Yeah. They don't have job. Therefore, how are they going to get the money? Even if they are going to rely on the bread alone, the bread now is 1,200 or 1,000.
And mind you, even if the price remains, the quality has been reduced drastically.
Yes, of course. Yes. So you see, that means that it is not possible for any youth for now. Most of the youth cannot be able to afford 3 square meters in a day.
No, that's true.
Because what he is getting, or what he is having, or earning in a day will not be enough for him to feed himself.
Feed on that, yes.
So, and you are talking about this man, someone that could not be able to even feed himself. How could he be able to construct a house? When we say construction of house now, it means almost 5 million naira.
Or even above.
Or more than that, of course. Yes. Because the cement, the first time I could remember that I started building my house, it was at 2020. I bought 1 ton of cement at the rate of 80,000 naira. Now, now it is 240,000 naira.
Just look at the difference. Look at the distance.
You see? Just look at the difference. So the margin is very high.
Very high.
Of course. So you see, you have to sympathize our youth. Now everything is expensive and they don't have the job.
They don't have the job. Why to get
So what are you thinking of them? What are they going to do? If they are studying in SSCOE, this COE, someone who is living in the Sokoto metropolis will be taken by Cabo to COE almost 500 naira or 700 naira.
Wow.
That's mean he's going to spend 1,500 naira in a day.
Yeah, that's plus feeding.
So we are not even talking about feeding himself.
Okay.
You see? So that is the reason that everything is becoming something like it is even suffocating our youth.
Okay.
Because it has come to the level that our youth could not even be able to feed themselves. Let alone looking after their families. And do not forget, if we say youth, we are not only talking about the unmarried.
Yeah, even
there are so many youth that are married.
Yes.
And they are going to spend at least 5,000 naira a day for their family. How are they going to get that? Someone who is getting 150,000 naira a month will be spending almost 5,000 naira a day for his family. 5,000 naira times 20. It costs 150,000. Or almost, let's say, like, times 30, 150,000.
Yes.
So that's me.
This is you are counting out the other expenses that are coming out, like health issues, labor issues, water bills, house bills, and water bills.
Yes, of course. So that is the reason why we have the youth must be affected with these issues. And also, if care is not taken, 80% or 70% of our youth will be differing from the course of their studies or even drop out from the school.
Wow.
Because they cannot be able to afford
the studies anymore.
Yes.
Not even going to the class, not even listening and comprehending, but rather coming to the school alone is another difficult thing. Well, all right, ladies and gentlemen, this studio show Midday Vibe coming your way on Caliphate TV, transmitted on channel 141 on Star Times, and Caliphate Radio, transmitted on 92.9 megahertz. And remember that you can do join us on www.calipatebroadcast.com and on our YouTube page at Caliphate Radio and Television, and on Facebook at Caliphate Radio and Caliphate TV. In the studio, we're discussing about how this hardship of communities is affecting youth. Soon enough, we'll be giving you the chance to call in and chip in the discussions. But before then, let's continue. Malam Kabiru.
Yes.
Now, we have seen part of the effect it does have on the youth. And you can remember hearing someone saying, when things are difficult for the youth, they find means of doing it in whatever way or on whatever ground. How are you looking into this statement by a professor? I won't quote the name, but I had a professor say that. What is your view on that?
So if we look at the history, most of the countries, or even let's say from Nigeria, we will realize that this comes to reality. What he is saying is perfectly true. Because whenever you are looking at our youth now, most of our youth now has engaged themselves into Yahoo activities. When we say they are going to use their intelligence, use technology, and in value.
Or they use it in the wrong way.
Yes, of course. Yeah. Because they don't have any means to use that intellect they have. They have their intelligence, but they don't get the opportunity to use it in a right way.
In the right way.
So that is why they are using it in a different.
So you are saying in nutshell that the right way now is not affordable at the end.
Yeah, of course, it is not affordable.
Okay.
You have to understand that even our comfort zones are shutting down because of high prices. They can't able to pay the salary to their employees. Yes, of course. So that is why they are shutting down. Look at the farms now we have for raising rice. The voter was just offered last year. Most of our farmers has lost their production. Yes, of course. So the farms will have no choice but to sack the youth. And if I could remember the last time I checked, we have almost 1,900 farms of raising rice in this country, particularly northern Nigeria. Now they are all vanished.
Wow.
Why? Because we open the border, we allow food to enter, and definitely our farmers will lose jobs.
Yes.
They are going to lose. So they cannot waste their money to farm and also lose. So that is why they are going to sack this youth.
But one thing is for sure. Now, what is your think about the notion, or let me say, the perception of the youth concerning themselves? Don't you think it is better that someone try to be productive, like creating job for self, that's what we call self-employment, than this one you are saying they will be sacked because of high commodities? Or did you think it is not possible in this era that commodities are rising for someone to employ himself?
It is possible.
Okay.
It is possible when he is very dedicated person. The reason why I am telling you that is because I am engaging with this youth. I am also youth myself.
Of course.
So I know the situation they are facing. But Malam Avakal, the issue is that when you are trying to maybe create an idea to be an entrepreneur, you must need money.
Of course.
When you need money, the issue is that even the properties you are going to use is high in price. The rent you are going to use will also be high. And also there is no available customers that will purchase from you.
To patronize.
So this is very, very difficult situation for a youth. Allow me, yes, I believe in your point that they must do something. But I'm telling you the implication of what they are facing now.
Okay.
Now, since I have these kinds of things on ground, I have an idea. But to purchase the properties that could make it work is difficult. To use the materials is also very expensive. The rent I'm going to use is also very expensive. And also I don't have people that could patronize me. Therefore, the least I could do is to go to bank and get the loan. So that I could be able to make my idea into
reality.
Yes, into reality.
Yes.
But the issue is that even if you are going to bank, even if you go to bank, they will still refuse to give you enough loan that could be able to sustain or help you to accomplish that idea you are having. Whenever the bank gave you a loan of 1 million naira, believe me, they are well sure that you are making transaction of 15 million naira to above a day old amount.
And how could
so that means 1 million naira is nothing for him.
So for someone doing such transaction, why will he go for a loan?
You see, even the loan of 1 million, you see, but the youth that is needed of that money, they cannot be able to give him that 300,000 naira to something important. And believe me, that 500,000 naira he is having will not be enough for him to initiate this idea. But it is good to start small if you are a youth.
Start somewhere.
Yes. If you are a youth, you can start small. I know many of our youth that started farming activity.
Yes.
Yes, particularly the previous years. Not now that the border is open.
It's open there.
Yes, because now it is not possible for them to do it.
Yeah.
Diesel is expensive.
And petrol is expensive.
Yes, and
solar panel is
so that how are they going to do it?
Yeah, that's true.
They can't do it.
Yes.
But if we say that, let's advise our youth, we engage them, we advise them, we give them so many ideas that they can start small.
Okay.
Of course they can do
this
it.
still rings my head now. Now we have seen that the government, the federal government and other related to youth agencies are trying their best in providing money to the youth. Though I could not say I have seen myself, that got it. But how do you think that could go a long way? Like a kind of how shall I put it? Maybe the kind of support they give to youths. Like recently, I know Kashim Shettima launched a scheme like that, where youth are going to be given 100,000 naira or so. I have seen it over the years. So something like that. How did you think can it go a long way in salvaging the lives of the youth in this era?
Malam Avakar, we are having almost, let's say we're having 200 million in Nigeria people, right? And 50% of those population are youth.
Recently, when I checked, 60% are youth.
60%. Very good. So you see, one person or even the government cannot be able to sustain the youth we are having. What we need is good policy.
Okay.
So when you are having a good policy, you don't need to give someone money.
How?
You just allow him to do it himself.
Okay.
He will find a way to improve himself and improve his family. There is no point of giving him money. Believe me, this money they are going to give them, this inflation will take them off.
Sure, of course.
So the problem is that you are having, even now those that are having small scale businesses, even now the government doesn't know even about them, maybe, or it doesn't support them. Let's put it that way.
Not support them because they are aware.
It doesn't support them. Let's put it that way.
Yes.
So since they are not supported and they are still doing this business,
yes,
are you getting my point? They are still doing this business, but they cannot be able to run the business more than 5 years now because that business or that small scale business or whatever they are having is going to
vanish,
or diminished. That means their capital is going to diminish because of the inflation we are having. You can buy something now at 300 naira. You sell it at 300 naira. When you go to the market, it is 600 naira. It's the same thing. The same thing.
Same quantity. Maybe even lesser quality.
Of course. So you see, by the time it goes or it continues this way, his capital is going to diminish a little period of time. Therefore, we need a good system. A system that is beneficial to all. When you have a good system, you don't need to do anything for any youth. He can do it for himself. Of course. Now let me give you an example. If we look at us now, most of us, let me give an example for myself. I graduated since 2017. If I could be right. Until now, I could not get a job. You see? But why I am opportune is that my family already
have an established
business. So I already done it. You see? Yes, but I do mine independently. But I already have the idea of that business. Yes. So if you are not giving a good system for the youth to start, even if you give them money, let it go for nothing. That it will not be beneficial to them.
All right, thank you very much, Madam Kabiru. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's still a show, Midday Vibe. Come here on Calipet TV, transmitting on channel 141 on Star Times, and Calipet Radio, transmitting on 19.9 has the discussion is getting more fruitful and more impactful. But yet, we still have to take a short break, and the program will continue thereafter. Stay tuned and go nowhere. All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is still your show, Midday Vibe, coming your way on Calipet TV, transmitted on channel 141 on Star Times, and Calipet Radio, transmitted on 91.9 megahertz. And in the studio, we are discussing, as we said, on the youth feature in this kind of inflation in the country, where commodities are just increasingly and double pricing day by day. And now I'm with me in the studio. I'm having Malam Kabiru, who is a youth activist in the state, and joining us to discuss these matters. So, Malam Kabiru, you're welcome back to the show.
Thank you.
All right, now, before we allow the listeners and the viewers to come in the show, I still have this question to ask. Now, you started talking about the policy before we go. Yet, we know the government have policies. Now, before we talk of the youth on their own part, what they could do, what did you think the stakeholders in the country could do to help the youth in making a better life for themselves, especially in this type of season we are in, where you realize someone will buy something for a price before he will go and drop it at home, come back, it has increased and maybe double priced. What policies do you think the government can put in place and implement for it to help the youth in this kind of situations?
So there are some policies, I believe, if the government implement them, will make them into reality, many things are going to change. Number one is to increase our local production.
Okay.
When the government maybe put an effort to ensure that our local production is improving, definitely many youth will get the job, either directly or indirectly. Yes, either you will be given a job by his qualification or through his skills. Yes, so many things will definitely happen. And also, you see, this local production I'm talking about, it concerns or it includes so many things.
So many things.
Yes, of course. So you can see this issue of cement, this issue of bakery bread, and others. They are all
even
local.
Toothpick.
Yeah, of course. Even farming, they are all local production. So when they give much effort there, so many people, millions of people will definitely get the job. As I was giving you an example just recently about how many farms we have in the country. So you can see there is no farm that could take less than 10% or 20%
as an employee.
Of course.
Yes.
So you can see how many people we have. There are so many people that will go there. Maybe, for example, a woman that will be there, go there and selling food.
Sell food.
Yes,
sure.
You see, she gets an indirect job there. So there are so many indirect jobs we can get through that. And if you help, the government also should try its best and ensure that there will be exportation.
Okay.
Yes, it should make sure that so many things are going to be export.
Yeah.
So this local production, they are going to be supported by the
Above
government.
all, we have things that are peculiar to
them.
Nigeria, that only Nigeria has it, which can be taken outside.
Of course.
But don't you think those beans has been traded for long? Like all this palm, now Ghana produces palm oil more than Nigeria does. And based on the history, we know that they come and take the seedlings from Nigeria and deport it there. So don't you think those things can affect our export system?
No, it will not be able to export stuff anything.
Okay.
If you can see, even America, there are so many countries that has the same thing it is having.
Yes.
But based on the number, the qualities it has, many people are going there.
And how they are packaging their stuff.
Yes, of course. So we are going to use the same system to improve ours.
Okay.
By the time government supported them, they are going to surpass every other country you are talking about, because we have much money, more intellectual people than them. If you take an example of a rice, some of them are producing a rice.
Yes, of course.
But by the time we make sure that we give much of our concentration on rice by the previous administration, so we already surpass every other country of Africa, because we are exporting it more than any of them. They cannot even compare themselves with us. So even onion, you see, many of the things, of course, we can all use them to export them out of the country.
All right, thank you very much, Malakabir. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's now high time for you to join the conversation and give your own input on what we're discussing. And the number to call is 09060002022. I'll repeat 09060002022. And remember, when you do call, move away from the radio set, you listen to us, and make sure you speak clearly so that we can hear you, and stick to the topic of the discussion. Please do not deviate from who we are discussing from. All right, before we start receiving the calls, Malam Kabiru, now, in the side of the youth, they must have a role to play in this. You know, now where we are keep giving more emphasis on this, most of the youths that doesn't maybe, or even those that do school, you realize that they are having all this Okada as occupation, because most they don't have any viable skill that they use for their life, but they go on Okada, tricycle riding, taxi riding, and with the inflation in the petrol, now someone cannot be spending. He will not buy a liter of a fuel at the rate of 1,360 plus, and now be roaming street without having a passenger. That means the productivity of that youth, the zeal of work of that youth has been diminished from there. So now, what can the youth do? What effort can they put in place to avert this situation?
There are so many things that the youth are supposed to do, because the reason why I put all my effort on the government is because 80% of the problem are theirs.
Okay.
And number two, you are giving me, or you are asking me mostly based on how the government is supposed to do.
Yes.
Yeah, but if we look also in other direction about our youth, there are so many things they're supposed to do. You know, there are so many skills that our youth supposed to be having now.
Okay.
And also, they're supposed to engage in different type of business.
Okay, not just sticking to one.
Of course. And you know that most of our youth now are extravagant.
Okay.
They are spending lavishly. So, yes, so they have so many problems also.
Okay.
Of course, they are having problems. If you look or consider the these skills, technological skills we are having,
like computer literacy.
Yes, of course. Yeah, so many of them. If the youth engage in them, definitely there are so many things they can able to do for themselves.
Okay.
And that kinds of business will be enough for them without even looking for government job.
And they're not costed.
Yes.
Okay.
The issue, you just need skills.
Okay.
There is nothing you are going to spend much, because there are so many people who will be waiting for you to go there and learn. They will even allow you to work so that they will get something from you while you are getting experience. Yeah, of course. Yeah. So by the time you get experience and become well
established,
yes, on that aspect, many people will meet you wherever you go. Either you are in that place or not, they will go. They will look for you. So there are so many things our youth supposed to do. If you say that you are not going to do anything only because you are not getting job, there will be problem.
Okay.
Yeah, of course, because the job, what are you going to get for the job?
Yes.
The job will not be enough for you. The salary will not be enough for you, because it will only try to make you into or put you into poverty. Yes. Yeah, because you are only expecting something. For instance, if your salary is 300,000 naira, you are only expecting that 300,000 naira for the almost.
Yeah.
So you are not thinking or making a critical thinking of how you are going to make or get more than that 300,000.
Like how will it duplicate or even just increase above the
yes, of
rates?
course. Yeah, of course. So that is the problem we are having. Most of our youth rely heavily on government jobs, so they can able to tolerate any nonsense
for the government.
Yes,
job.
if they are going to be employed,
which is not helpful.
Of course.
Okay.
So there are so many things, as I said.
Okay.
Number one, if you are doing a job, it will not stop you from doing this cap we are talking about. You see, then they can match the two. It can also, there is also farming activity, you can enjoy it.
Yes.
There is still many issues. Forget about even getting a high amount of capital. Even this pure water you see.
Yes.
If you can able to get ice cold and make them cold, when you go to this old markets or Kasa or Saboka, wherever you take them, they will not take more than 30 minutes without finish.
Yes.
Even if it is 30 back of them, they are going to finish in a meantime. And it is, you have the right to sell it as any amount of money you want, people must come and buy it because there is a weather of
the temperature is
yes,
kind of high.
Of course, we are not convenient with that. You must need a cold water. So there are so many things you can do that can give them.
So
money.
with this, are you saying that the youth are no more productive as they used to be?
Of course, they are not. Because if you are looking at the area you are, forget about my area. If you are in your area, just look at the youth we are having. Most of the youth, they will just be there doing nothing, sleeping in a mat.
And you are rested for the job that you have not done.
You see? So what are you resting for? When there are a lot of opportunities there.
Yes, that's true.
You see? You must do something. When I was at the university, I used to do this leveling. I used to paint the timber with black oil.
Okay.
Yes, we used to used to call it as shahi. We collect the timber, so that the termite will not penetrate. Of course. So I used to do that. I will just go. I will change my clothes and wear the old ones. Then I will do it. I will get the money and transport myself to the university until I get someone that will take me there. Yes. So the remaining part of the money I used to buy clothes and the materials.
Look at how.
So yes, of course, I already graduated since, and after I graduated, I didn't waste my time looking for a job.
You just already engaged myself, established business.
Yes. So you cannot say that you must wait or land on the government job. It is a wasting of time.
Okay.
Of course.
All right. Thank you very much, sir, for these wonderful and fruitful conversations. And ladies and gentlemen, due to time factor, we are going to draw the curtains of the program here. My sincerest appreciation to the viewers and listeners who take their time to listen and view us on these channels on Caliphate TV at channel 140 Star Times and Caliphate Radio 19.3 megahertz, and those that listen to us online on www.caliphatebroadcast.com. And my guest, Madam Kabir Tahir, thank you very much for honoring our invitation and for these fruitful conversations we had with you. And we look to see your face more in this show. On behalf of the production crew and the entire management of Caliphate TV and radio and our duty continuity announcer, I am Muktari Gwanga saying, have a wonderful day ahead.